What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sir Love, and I'm getting ready to give you guys some more information on Ask Sir Love. All right. So on the show today, I'm going to be answering questions that you guys are sending in. And the first question today is coming from D1 Wave. D1 Wave sent in questions on two particular videos, both about points about 3 weeks ago. I want to get back to D1 Wave because it sounds like you're going through some negotiations and you need to get it together, right? So let's see if I can help out here. In the midst of that, if anyone wants to talk to me on the show Chasing Greatness, just send a text message 404-442-4792. I text back to set up time, and then we end up talking on the show, all right? But since you can't talk to me right now, how about I just answer some of your questions? So let's do it. First question: If I already paid an engineer a flat rate to mix and master, do they still get points? Right? Great question. This is responding to videos that I did about points and negotiations, right? Really, really good videos. If you haven't seen these videos, you need to go watch these videos because so many people in the game don't know about points, right? But new people in the game. All right. If a producer gets points on my song, does that mean I can't own the masters? Please help me out. Let me see if I can help you out. Let's start with the first one. If I already paid an engineer a flat rate to mix and master, do they still get points? That's negotiable. If you've already paid an engineer a flat rate, the answer is typically no, right? The whole idea of engineers getting points on records is a growing theme in hip hop, particularly. It's not new to the industry at large, but what you're seeing is that engineers are having such influence over the record. Again, especially in hip hop, in the era of auto-tune, in the era where voice, modulation is very popular, and you're starting to see that trend go outside of hip hop across multiple different genres. Engineers are just better than ever. There are better tools than ever. There are higher demands than ever, and engineers can really make or break a song. Because of all the creative influence that engineers have on records nowadays, engineers said, hey, you need to pay me more. I am a creative contributor to this record. I am not just a person pressing the buttons, all right? Because of that, these engineers, many engineers that are in that high caliber range that have huge impact on your records and that can really change the flow of the whole song based off of their skills. Someone like a KY, for example, out of Atlanta. Most of the hip hop songs that you love are done by KY. Dope engineer, got to hang out with him a couple times. Good guy. That's the type of person that's going to get points, right? There are other engineers that will negotiate for points. They will say, hey, instead of having a fee, I'd rather take some points, right? And we talked about some of that in the videos that are sitting over here in the corner, right? So what does that mean for you? If you pay them a flat fee and you do not want to give them points, and that's what you negotiated, you do not have to, all right? If you're in a situation where the engineer is holding your record, demanding points, then that's a completely different scenario. You need to really work that out, but that sounds like that might get legal, right? But honestly, if you've already paid them a flat rate, you agreed upon it ahead of time, there's no points in the discussion or deal, you don't owe them anything. Next, excuse me. If a producer gets points on my song, does that mean I can't own the masters? Please help me out. Listen, points does not mean that you do not own the masters, right? Points are just referring to the idea that you are giving someone percentages off of the revenue coming in from the record, right? You're looking at a profit share, right? The term profit share is referring to the idea that if I make $100, for every $100 that I make, I'm going to give you $1. That's if I'm selling the product for $100, right? For every one thing that I sell, you're getting 1%. You're getting 1 point, right? So I sell 5 things for $100. I made $500, but out of that $500, I have to pay you 5 points. I net $495. The fact that I gave you some of the money that I made, some of the proceeds, some of the returns that I made does not mean that I no longer own the item that I was originally selling. You still own the masters when you give away points. What you're doing is you're giving away points on a profit share. Now, are there scenarios where I've seen points, creep on the masters? Yes, but that is going to be in the nitty-gritty of the contract. That is not the traditional, workflow. Traditionally, if you give away 30 points, you didn't lose 30% ownership of your record. You're losing 30% of the profits made off the record, not ownership of the record itself. All right. So think about it like this: if you owned a property and you own the house, right? And you had a profit share with someone on renters that were renting the house being your song, right? Let's say the renters are paying you $2,000 a month to live in your house, and you gave somebody else 10 points. Well, every time, every single month, you're giving that person that you awarded points to $200 out of the $2,000 that you're receiving. All right. So now you're netting $1,800. However, if you decide to sell that house, the person that you gave that percentage to gets none of the proceeds from you selling that home because you own that home, right? At the same time, the person that you're paying money to has no responsibility to that home. They're not, unless otherwise negotiated, they're not cutting grass. They're not, repairing roofs. They're not fixing HVAC. Just like if you have to maintain that record, this person that is receiving points is not making sure that your paperwork is updated, that your publishing is taken care of. They're not out there working the record and trying to create value for you, right? Unless you are working with a company that is designed to do that and you negotiated points on behalf of the record, right? So, and that's not the case because we're talking about a producer. So I hope that gives you clarity on how points work. I gave you a couple different metaphors here, but to answer your question so far, it sounds to me like whatever you're negotiating, you're good, right? The producer got points. He doesn't own your masters. Y'all don't have any reason to fight. The engineer, you gave him a flat rate. He should be happy. He or she should be happy with the payment that you've provided, and y'all should be good. So I hope that answers your question. Again, anyone, please let me know how many of you guys are actually negotiating points. Let's talk about that in the comments. Who's actually negotiating points? What type of point negotiations are you guys doing? I'd love to hear questions that you may have around points. Maybe we can get some dialogue going because a lot of people don't understand the beautiful and amazing leverage that can come from using points. I'm Sir Love. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot. And I'm always trying to give you guys everything that I got. And that's why I'm doing it like this right here. Rapid fire. Ask Sir Love. Chasing Greatness, the podcast, 404-442-4792. Like, subscribe, join the movement, beam in.